Welcome back, everyone. We're going to go ahead and pick up right on up where we left off, which was me breaking the world, but more importantly, us starting the whole structure for getting brine. So we are going to go ahead, start this whole shindig off by, well, actually, we're going to start the whole thing off by typing the word evaporation and getting a whole bunch. Probably don't need a whole lot of you. Well, whatever. I'll just get a whole bunch of you. And then we're just gonna, we'll start off with, well, you know what? I guess we might as well just get 64. What's the harm? I mean, what could possibly go badly about doing that? Okay. So we are going to want a height of 18 blocks for this structure. And I don't want this to be too terribly close to that, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna blow this out. That looks like that will be ample space, so that should be fine. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and put these thermal evaporation blocks. I think we're just gonna make like a weird ring and then just have them keep on going upwards. This is not a odd numbered structure, so this is gonna be not even. I think what we do is we make 2 of them. So here, I'm gonna crouch, switch this back to a pickaxe. Yeah, let's give this a go, shall we? So, something like that. I'm gonna make one first to see if like this works, because I have absolutely zero idea as to how this is supposed to work. Okay, I don't understand. Okay, so here's our 4x4 base. If you're building a tall thermal plant, it might be useful to build it into the ground. The only requirement for the evaporation plant's operation is that it has a clear line of sight to the sky. Go! Okay, we can fix this. Sure. That works, right? That's fine. It'll be fine. Oh man, thank goodness we did it in this one. I don't even want to imagine doing this without knowing exactly what I'm doing, because this is ridiculous. All right, cobblestone, go away. Mufflers, go away. You all go away if you can. All right, so there's this. Add a hollow ring of thermal evaporation blocks on top of the base. The corners must be filled. Okay, so there's our little ring of joy. And then I have an unbreakable wand to help me with the rest of this. All right, we can create up to 15 additional middle layers. So it's at 18 height, right? So we did 2 already. Another 15 will bring us to 17. So I'm guessing there's gonna be something at the very top. That makes sense to me. So we're gonna go 15 up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. I'm going to need way more evaporation blocks. I already forgot how many we have. Feels bad. Okay, so I did this, and then it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Whew! All right. Remove at least 2 thermal evaporation blocks from the structure and replace them with thermal evaporation valves. 3 if you plan on creating liquid lithium from the same structure. The valves may be placed anywhere a thermal block can be, including the bottom base layer. Okay, so I suppose we shall put them here. Okay, and then we're gonna put these valves around and about. Okay. Place either an advanced solar generator or a thermal evaporation block on the corners of the top layer.
place either an advanced solar generator or a thermal evaporation block in the corners of the top layer. Versions 8 and prior require a, I don't know what this is, 11 for advanced solar generators for the evaporation plant to function. Version 9 and later does not require any advanced solar generators to form the evaporation plant, but it will not heat up without a heater. I have no idea what that means. What's a heater? A heater is a class of machine that generates heat. Thanks, game! You the best! Oh, man. Okay. Remove a thermal evaporation block and replace it with a thermal evaporation controller. It may be anywhere on the sides of the plant except on the corners. If you have particles enabled, you should see red particles briefly appear around the structure, indicating that it's been properly constructed. Okay, so basically what I'm taking from that is I'm going to make another ring. I don't know why I did it this way. Break. Okay. And then. Okay. There we go. Done and done. Break that. And then where's my controller at? Where are you, controller? Controller? Hello, controller. I know I pulled a bunch the other year. All right. Controller. Hey, glowed red. That seems to me like it's working. It is currently 300 Kelvin, I guess, which is not terribly great. All right, so we have this now. What does this mean? So on this screen, the meter on the left, so this very far left one here. What is this? Okay. This thing on the left here is going to be the liquid that we're basically working with. This is for water if you're creating brine, or brine if you're creating liquid lithium, whatever. The top left slot accepts buckets full of either water or brine to be stored in the liquid input buffer. The remaining empty bucket will appear in the slot below it. Okay, so that's these two. That's pretty par for the course. The green LCD screen displays the machine's statuses. Formed indicates the multi-block structure has been properly assembled. Good. Height is the height of the structure from its top to bottom layer, not including the height added by advanced solar generators. Fine. Mult is the multiplier that determines how quickly the temperature will raise. I don't see that. I see temp. Max is the maximum temperature. These are nowhere to be found here. This must be like an old guide for this, because this is no idea. All right. The multicolored progress bar indicates the solar plant's current temperature, which would be this. The top right accepts. Okay, so basically, then this slot is like the output, right? So that makes sense. This requires a steady source of heat, although it can operate in some biomes without any heat source. The process will be very slow, on the order of millibuckets or less. The evaporation plant can be passively heated by the advanced solar generators on its top, described in the construction section, or it may be heated from an outside source. Heaters may be placed adjacent to any of the thermal evaporation blocks to heat the structure, and thermodynamic conductors can connect to thermal evaporation valves to transmit heat from other sources. Okay, thermodynamic conductors meaning essentially a heat pipe transfers velocity depending on the biome. In warmer biomes, it will have a better temperature. So the desert actually helps, unless it does like nighttime is cold, but I hope not. Transfer is lost. Colder biomes are lower, more heat is lost. Okay, that's fine. So there's like there's a heat wire thing. Weird. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so for the time being, yeah, let's go ahead and try to attach a sink to this thing. I have no idea if that will work, but we shall try. Let me go ahead and throw all this stuff away for now. We can get more later, but for right this minute, I don't want this to get in the way. So let me go ahead and make a sink. Whoops. Sink. And then let's go for a liquid pulling thing. Liquid translocator, sure. Alright, so here is that. I probably should have made another one. Liquid translocator. Liquid translocator. Let's see if you work the way I hope you do. Okay. Yep, that is certainly working. I wonder if it is like its counterpart, where if I take a glowstone to it, it will be awesome. Yes, that certainly did help. Okay, so that is now transmitting water. And that is making brine. Not the fastest thing in the world you've ever seen, but it certainly is working. Let me see if we can find... So let's first of all, let's see if there are solar... Nope. There's nothing that corresponds to solar here. Advanced sawing factory and all this other stuff. It looks advanced thermoconductor and blah blah blah. So this will just transfer the heat over. Okay, so this is probably not the intended solution because I can't actually replicate this in Sky Factory, so I would have to come up with a different plan for this. But at this point in time, I'm pretty okay with the idea of using this to help us along. Oh, that's beautiful! Oh, that's beautiful! Oh! Tell me that is not beautiful! Ah! Ah! It is lovely! Oh my goodness, is that lovely? Holy smackaroonies. That's fantastic. Okay, so now we have brine, yeah? But then I need to take this brine and do some other stuff with it, yeah? It's not like that's it. I need to now make this into liquid lithium. So I need to go ahead, take this, and apply the brine into something else. So I suppose what I'm going to do then is I'm going to make the same exact structure that I did here. This was actually not too bad to make. It was pretty straightforward. It was just really like the explanation I thought was not so good, but all right. So let me give it some space. All right, beautiful. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this. Yeah. And then build, whoop, that's not what I want. Okay, so thermal evaporation block. There's our controller. And then I'm going to need way more of these evaporation blocks. Okay, let's give this a try. Let's see here. Let's see what we can get going, shall we? So boom, 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 boom. Okay, so it just now showed that it is actually valid now as a structure, which is fine. It's not exactly what I care to have happen, but that's fine. All right. And there we are. So we have these two really tall towers of ridiculousness. That is totally fine. I don't think the translocator can actually reach across like that very well, but I'm actually down to use those translocators again, and I'm willing to make that a thing. So liquid translocators, I'll make a bunch. And then I will also want glowstone. Again, don't need that many, but that's fine. And then I'm going to take these and chuck them away for now. And then I guess what we're going to need is a some kind of liquid storage thing. I forget what those the drum barrel thing. It's like gargantuan, I think. demonically something or another. Oh, I guess it's not on here. Gargantuan, no, not flux storage. What is the water storage solution? I can't remember. It's drum? Question mark? Yeah, I think there's like other drums and stuff, but I suppose this will have to do for now. All right, so let me take this drum. Matter cluster. Oh, okay. Like steel. Okay, cool. Okay, so let me make liquid translocator and then put a barrel here, yeah? Oh, that did not. Oh, well, I guess it would help if I actually was doing it the correct way. And then from here to there, and then you're going to be accepting, and then you're going to be accepting. Ew, that looks cool though. It does look pretty neat. All right, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to break you down. I'm going to smack you right here just to expedite the whole thing. Okay, so now we are certainly pulling it faster than we can produce it. That's fine, I suppose. And then this thing now should have brine, and it's making liquid lithium! Ah! The crowd goes wild. All right, so we have liquid lithium being produced. It's not like the fastest thing in the world, admittedly. We will probably come back to this at some point to make it better, because this be some hot trash. But we're gonna go ahead and see. It's 2.45 millibuckets a tick. I wonder how you can make this faster. Trying to think. So let's see. I'm gonna look up heat, like how we can make. So, okay, here's where I'm gonna look at the word heater. Okay, resistive heater, that looks promising. A condensed coiled resistor capable of converting electrical energy directly into heat energy. Okay, so let's do that. Let's make some resistive heaters then, shall we? And we can connect the heat to do these two things. So, heater. And I suppose we can just, here, I'll put this down as a temporary placeholder thing. All right, so resistive heater. Did not mean to do that. Sorry. All right. Eesh. All right, so we got this all here. Flux point. Put that on top. Set that to netquay. And nothing happened. Why is nothing happening? Are we not producing power? I'm getting concerned. Wait. Oh, the lag. Sure, so we set the transfer limits, right? So I don't think this is going to be bankrupt on power, surely. Yeah, no, we have like bajillions of power. It surprisingly is kind of like struggling for life itself, but yes, it certainly has power. Huh, I wonder what's going on. Let's head back up. Up, and away. And let's see what we can get going on here. So, I would have expected that just to work right out of the gate. I wonder what's going on with that. Is it because of you? I know sometimes that goofs things up. No? Wasn't you. I don't understand. Here, so resistive heater. There's no entry about this, really? What is this? I don't know what any of these things mean. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to make you go down. 120? How do I do that? What? 4/10? So, like, what? If I want this to be... if it's 4/10, then I want this to be... Is it 250? I have no idea what I'm doing. Why? I am so confused! Oh, wait. Wait, no. Wait. Huh? I am confused. What? I'm so confused! Is this another thing where the energy has to be from... But, like, it's connected. I don't understand, man. So, like, if I do this... Oh, okay. Yeah, that worked in a hurry. Okay. Well, shoot. So, I need to rotate your booty around. Alright. Let's take this resistive heater. Nope. It's not... Okay. Take that. Put that there. Oh. Did not think that through. Okay. So if I put this on top of you, pedestal. No, but I still want it to be facing like so. All right, then I'm going to put an energy thing here. That's going to generate the energy I need. And then I'm going to take a conductor. Okay, so I need to make another... All right, I'm going to have to take this and then hook that up, and then we'll probably be in good shape, maybe. I am going to try to do this in my own inventory, which I'm sure is going to go exceptionally well. So 2 stacks of steel, 1 stack of copper. So steel, ingot, and then copper ingot. Take these, throw into crafting bench, make a bunch of things. Oh, that was entirely more than I needed. That's fine, I guess. And then we need the alloys again. So alloy. So boom, boom. Wait. Nope. There we are. All right, so there we go. Now I'm going to make a bunch of you. Then I'm going to make a whole bunch of you. Then I'm going to make a whole bunch of you. Cool. All right. Ultimate thermodynamic blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to take this. Send it that way. Send it that way. Let's take a look. That is not actually helping our heating situation. Okay, so then let's do, I don't know, much higher number. Ah, yes! Success! Okay. So we now have more heat going, which is increasing our productivity by a whole heck of a lot. Good lord. Well, guys, we're basically the best this game has ever seen. Went ahead and maxed that out. Just no big deal. Just the best. That's, you know, just the coolest kids in the block. You know, it's fine. All right. So now that we have all this, oh lord, what? I don't think that's the way that's supposed to work. UI team? UI? Ah! Concerned? All right. It's fine, guys. It's fine. It's fine. It may not seem fine because it's sort of not, but it's fine. I'm gonna be right back. I need to remember what I used for my liquid storage for my cows, because wow, that is absurd. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, that was actually kind of cool. Oh, black hole tank, that's what it's called. Black hole tank. Black hole tank is learnable, isn't it? Black holes, you know, it's fine. I can just make these in command, right? Yeah, good. All right, because, you know, black holes, it's not like it's a big deal or anything. It's a black hole, not like that's, you know, major event that can wipe out huge celestial bodies. No, it's fine. It's fine. So we're gonna go ahead, plop on up, and we're gonna set this up. Now, so let's give some context now that we're actually getting some of this like shenaniganry done, right? So first off, let's get some more liquid translocators going here, and then get this whole thing started. Glowstone. Hopefully that will help. So we are accruing a lot of... Ah, yes! Okay, cool. So now we're like bankrupting things and blah, blah, blah. I can now at this point say, hey, I would like for you to move this a lot faster. And then in turn say, hey, you can also move that faster as well. So now this is going bankrupt. Now my water is actually what's holding me up. So I suppose the natural conclusion is I can take another sink, put that on top. Oh, heck, we'll make another sink here in general. We'll put 3 sinks on this bad boy. Sinks! The way of the future. All right. Boom, boom. Glowstone them up. And, whoop, sorry, did not mean to do that. Oh, the water is so desperately fighting for its life right now. Yeah, we're making liquid lithium. That is for darn sure. Okay, so liquid lithium. That's all starting to actually flow now. Liquid lithium, of course. With it, I can go ahead. Well, okay, that's not quite what I wanted to do. Okay, so liquid lithium, if I put this into an electrolytic separator, which we've already made once before, but if we do this, it'll give us these 2 outputs. These are the 2 outputs that I actually do need. So I suppose what we'll do is this. Do I know how to make an electrolytic separator? Probably not. Yeah. How would I like to make this work? So how am I gonna move this stuff down there? Because I need this to help move DT. So there's the AE2 method, right? Which is what we use for cows. I'm wondering if I should use a P2P tunnel and then just P2P the liquid from here over there. Let's try it. I haven't done P2P tunnels a whole lot, and I would like some practice with them. Not that like we are going to be able to use it very much, but still, might as well try. P2P tunnels. Oh lord, I'm gonna need a refresher course on this too, because actually, is there a fluid? Is there a thing that will? Ooh, yes. Ender tanks. Right? Because this will. Yes. An ender tank does sound very good. So I will need 4 blaze rods, wool, cauldron. Why is this not EMCable? Because the obsidian? Well, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Alright, so we will put yet another translocator. Oh man. We are silly. Alright, blaze rods. So I would like to have 8 of you. I would then like 4 obsidian, 2 wool. So obsidian, I would like, nope, got debated. Okay, 4 of you. I would like to make 2 cauldrons. And then 2 things of wool. I don't think it matters what wool, but we'll just do white wool. Then 2 ender poils. Okay, beautiful. And then we're going to go ahead, go into our little crafting thingamablobber, make 2 of these beautiful ender tanks. And I'm going to slap this thing right on down here. Then I'm going to put another liquid translocator. Man, I am really making this liquid translocator so woof! Just swoosh, instantly done. All right, cool. So now so we now have this set to all white. I think there's like a way to like private them or something. There's like I can put like a diamond on it. I don't think Artie or Tex are moving liquid using ender tanks. I could be horribly wrong about that, but I don't think they are. So we're gonna go off that assumption. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and zip on over. Start building it north, right? Was it in the north? Nope, wasn't in the north. Where are you? Where did I start building this? Oh, it's probably here. Yeah, okay. Let's take a look at how our laser amplifiers are doing. It is super duper slow. Let's disable the transfer limit. I mean, it's going, I guess. Why is it so slow? I don't know. Alright, whatever. Okay, so we now have this stuff, which means then I need to then run this through an electrolytic separator, and then I need to take the outputs and then shove them into here. So let me go ahead. I'll put this ender tank down here. And then I'm going to need to make an electrolytic separator and blah, blah, blah. So also, let me get my tape measure out because it's going to haunt my dreams if I don't take that out there. All right, move over here. Move all these cables and the neutronium ingots. Okay, and epic shaders. Let me make... Actually, I don't even think I want to make a new one. Let's just use the existing one. If I need to then make a new one from this, then fine, but let's take this existing setup here and move things around. Okay. And then zippity-doo-dah. Take these. Electrolytic separator. So it looks like those, all that. Okay, so electrolytic separator. And then I'm going to put a liquid translocator on both sides. I'm going to have that accept. Yikes, that is super obnoxious. Muffler. Brilliant! Alright. Flux point. Okay, slap that onto there. Net Kweh that up. Alright, cool. So now that's making deuterium and tritium. That is all looking fine and dandy. Our liquid lithium looks to be pretty stable as well, so that should be fine. And now we're going to feed these things into there. Now, my understanding of this is, right, like this should be in its gaseous state. So I need to move them as gases. Let me see here. I can still hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear that at all from your perspective, but I hear like this like little, like the tiniest like rattling sound. Ah, it's grating. Oh, you know, like when you shiver because it's just super. It's getting under my skin. All right, so let me see here. I think it's like, I forget, at mechanism. They have like a certain kind, like pressurized pipe, I think it's called, or something. There's these universal cables. Whoop, that's the Windows button. So this is for fluids. Pressurized tubes. Yes, I'm pretty sure this is going to be it. So let's go ahead and make some of these bad boys up as well. Oh, mother of mercy. Okay, let's just go to our AE2 and do it there. Make my life a little bit easier. Okay. So pressurized. What is this? Oh. Pressurized tube. Pressurized tube. I'd like to make a whole lot of you. Throw you back in. Make a bunch of you. Throw you back in. Make a bunch of you. Question mark? Oh, it didn't. Huh? What happened? Question marks? There we go. And make a whole bunch of. Oh, okay. And then I'll make a whole bunch of you. Awesome. All right, cool. Very, very cool. And then let's go ahead and put this here. And we're just gonna snake this along the ground. Not too fancy, not too nuts. All right. And then what I should see here is that the fuel is indeed filling up. So now we have the fuel in here. This is like witchcraft. I mean, I have no idea what this is. But we have the fuel in there now. I just need the lasers at this point. This is the last part that I need to get going. And I think people are correct in saying that the hardened flux ducts are probably not the way to do this. So, energy conduit. Just don't understand what these stupid things are. Okay. Energy conduit. Stellar. Sure, we'll make a bunch of you. Okay, pop that all off. And then we will put these stellar guys. Oh no, do I have to set them all? That's the real question. Oh, it seemed like it turned on. Good enough for me. Let's see, is that faster? It's faster. It's not like breakneck fast, but that's going faster. Okay. So we have this going. If I had more lasers and stuff, I guess it would go faster. I could add more.
Also, from my experience, the watch of flowing time for this particularly tends to really, really mess things up, which is why if you're curious as to like, gee, Choco, why aren't you doing this? It's because I am terribly afraid / highly distrust this whole thing in working. I have not had good experiences with that. So I'm going to let this go ahead and run its course. I think the magic number here is 400, I want to say. So we're going to wait to actually start this whole ignition thing with 400 million RF, I will remind you, because this is actually like a fair bit higher than you'd actually expect, but 400 million RF, and then we're going to sacrifice that to start the whole process. I'm actually pretty pleased with this. It surprisingly wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Don't get me wrong, it's still bad. Like, this is not something where it's like you slip and fall into like glorious power, but considering how expensive, well, not how expensive, considering how much production we're expecting to get out of this, should be pretty exciting. Now that said, we also have some other sources of power that we could potentially use. I know like there's rainbow generators that are like ridiculously silly and generate like ridiculous amounts of power. I do know that is a thing. I was kind of hoping rainbow generator had an EMC value. Rats. Rainbow lamp. Oh, neat. I don't know that. Rainbow cannon. Fires a randomly colored beam. I mean, I'm not going to say I don't want to try the rainbow cannon. Do I need to charge it? Can I charge it inside of you? Nope. How do I... Hold on, I'll be back. Okay. Zip on over. I think if I put it inside of my big reactor, I think there's like little slots for it to power up, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't there? No? Am I wrong? I guess I'm just wrong. Rip. Okay, never mind. I think otherwise I have to put it into like those like energy cell things that have like charging slots and stuff. But this is not worth the effort, probably. Okay, well, let me see here. Let's go ahead, head back. I'm just gonna patiently wait, I suppose, and we will hope for the best. Actually, while this is going on, because it shouldn't really, let me see here. Let me see how far off we are. If we are like a fair ways off. Okay, we are fair ways off. So for those of you watching on YouTube, we're gonna do a little cut skidoodles here. And for those of you on stream, we're going to have a little chit chat while we're waiting for this whole thing. But we'll be back whenever we have about 400 mega RF or million RF or whatever you want to call it. So BRBZs. All right, so we're back. We're just about here at 400, but we do have one more thing to do, which I kind of like blanked on. we didn't actually do everything we had to do. So I need to go ahead, slap this bad boy onto here, our chemical infuser, because this thing still needs to go ahead and be made into a fully charged thingamablobber. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tube, shove that there, and then that is of course going to start making DT fuel in the center there. And we're going to let that thing run its course, do its thing. And I believe that, yep, so that's ready for reaction. You can see there it said ready for reaction. I'm going to go ahead, pull these out, and then I'm going to take a look here. 400 some RF, that looks pretty good to me. Throw in this hologram, which says that it is ready for reaction. Cross your fingers, and hopefully I am not wrong about the value, because it might be higher, but we're going to go ahead and try this. 3, 2, 1, laser! Dang it! You saw it for a moment, but I think it faded. I don't think we had enough power. I think we need more. Wait, it said it formed. Wait, what? But... what? Oh, Artsy, thank you for the 6-month resub. You hatched. Donka, donka, donka. Yep, we didn't wait long enough. I think the reaction died. Feels super bad, man. not really sure what this whole thing's about, to be honest with you. Whatever. I'm not gonna mess with it. That's just a bad idea. Messing with this is a surefire way to be like super disappointed with everything. Although we are making energy actually. But I think it's just like, it's the remnants of a reaction that's kind of going through its paces. I don't think it's an actual proper reaction. So rip Areno. We gotta do it again. I need to wait for this to accrue a whole bunch more. So let me go ahead and make a new hall rum or whatever. And yeah, so infuser. I'm gonna need to put in. I knew something bad with like this could happen, so I made the extra gold. Okay, it wasn't actually what I was thinking, but you know, I'm gonna pretend that was. Let's go ahead, take this over here. That's glowstone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let that run, do its thing. And then poof, there we go. That's now done. Move this booty on over. And get, whoop, that's the wrong one. We must go west. Okay, go west. Oh, cheating. All right. And then, nope, boop. Ready for reaction again. I feel like if it says it's formed, like it's already kind of done, but I'm not really sure. Let's see here. Formed or incomplete. Oh, formed is just like if the structure is all fine. You'll need in charge for the reaction. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, so we will be back after we've accrued a little bit more in terms of laser power. This will take a hot minute. It's already up to 104. Not too bad. All right, so we'll be back in whenever. I think we're gonna wait until it hits like, I don't know. We'll probably wait until it hits like 800 or something, just to be sure. I think like we could get away with let's try 600. Worst case scenario, I get more time to hang out with chat. That's not a bad thing. All right, so we'll BRB again. Okay, so we're gonna take a little bit of a risk here. I'm gonna let this run up to about 600. But before we do that, again, we have our little doodad sitting in here, whatever else. I did change one thing, which is in here, my injection rate was originally 0, which I didn't realize. There is a minimum injection rate of 2 required for air cooled, which I believe is what's going on with us. I don't know what, this is witchcraft to me. But with the minimum injection rate of 2, it does seem that with 0, obviously, it's not gonna be able to sustain the heat necessary to continue the reaction. So maybe this was the problem. I'm not sure, but either way, we're gonna wait until 600 at least to fire the reaction off, because I mean, it should be fine to do it that way. The one thing I should and can do right now, though, is I should be able to go ahead and make myself some version of energy storage that we can kind of put right here, right? So I think if I can, I would like to go ahead and make something with power, some kind of power storage thing. And we're gonna go ahead and poke around with it for a little bit. I don't know what the best power storage solution is in Stoneblock. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, let me think here. So RF storage, let me see. We have our energy batteries. 16 million is not really great. Is there? Okay, so gargantuan flux storage looks pretty good actually. That's 128 million RF. That's not the worst. Let's see here. There is one from, or at least I thought there was. I thought there was one from Mechanism. I'm pretty sure there is one from Mechanism. But either way, okay, so remember, let's remember like 128 is the one to beat right now.
128 million RF is for the gargantuan flux storage, and I don't think there's anything that goes past that. So yeah. At mechanism. Okay, so mechanism. Energy cube. This is 51.2 RF, so yeah, that's still not quite as good. At Ender IO. Where are your power boys? Herp. Don't see your power boys. Where are your power boys at? Power boys, where are you? Power boys, where are you? Power boys, come out. I do not know how to store the power. I suppose the gargantuan one is not a bad idea though. We'll do gargantuans. It'll be easier that way. All right, so gargantuan flux storage. And we're gonna need a bunch of Herculean flux storage. Get angry sometimes. All right, and then boop. Cool. All right, and then just like that, we're gonna go ahead and make just a conga line of the thing. And then we're also gonna need some power shenaniganry. Okay, and then we're going to change this into insert mode just to make sure that there's no shenaniganry going on here. Okay, cool. And then we're going to switch this to only extract. Always active, question mark. There we go. Alrighty. And that all looks like it's in good shape. So here we are. Actually, we're kind of creeping up on 800. Let's give this a go. I'm curious. Let's go ahead and give this a try. 3, 2, 1. There it is. And that little weird multicolored cube is rocking and a rolling. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, the real question is, how much is this making, right? Because it's all fine and dandy in terms of like, yeah, it's all doing stuff or whatever. But what are we actually making here? Uh-oh. Little concerned. Let's up the rate here. Okay, so that's slowly climbing up now. So it's currently at about 260,000 RF per tick. Little concerned. Our fuel is holding steady at 4. I'm gonna poke this bad boy up to 6, see what happens. 997. I don't think we're hitting catastrophic failure. Our lithium's holding steady. Pressurized tubes seem to be holding steady, so I think we might even be able to push this a little bit further. Let's try 8. Yeah, they still seem to be holding in pretty well. Let's try 10, and this is, I think, where I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. Okay, so 10 does seem to work. You can see here the heat is starting to rise up pretty wildly. The fuel does appear to be holding steady. I am also at this point, Okay, I'm also at this point going to make sure that this is all claimed. I very seriously do not want this to ever not be loaded, because the consequences would be fairly catastrophic. I don't want this to ever run out, because that would just be bad. Oh. Oh, I didn't real. Okay, so what I need to do actually is not this. Weird. So that's strange. So these guys are actually trying to pull power. So you're going to be on extract mode. Let's make a new flux plug. Let's do it that way. So flux plug, make flux plug on, and let me make a wrench of some sort, some description. The yeet wrench. Okay. I'm not really sure why it's doing that, but we're gonna go ahead and make a new network, and this will be called Fusion. KwehFusion. KwehFusion net. Beautiful. All right, KwehFusion nets. There we are. And let me switch this over to KwehFusion net. There it goes. Gathering up some power. Let's go ahead and turn off the transfer limit. Zoom, zoom, zoom. All right. Wonderful. So actually, this is all pointless. Herp derp. So we now have all these guys rocking and rolling. Let's go ahead and... I love these things. This is actually really cool. I actually really like this better. Grr. I don't think you're in Sky Factory 4 though. Well, actually, Flex Networks. No, it should be in Sky Factory actually. Look at that. Look at how much of a beast it is. Good lord. Okay, let's just take a look at the fuel again. Make sure that nothing screwy is going on. Looks stable to me. It is now producing. It's almost cranked up to 1,000,000 RF a tick. Not too shabby. So we just filled up all these things, and that's 128 million RF. Not too bad. Now what I'm going to do here is actually this. And this is the real test. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take the power that we're currently kind of zipping around doing whatever. Actually, hold on. There's going to be two things we're going to do. Number one, I'm going to switch this. Even though this is kind of pointless to do this, but we're going to switch this because I'm not planning on shooting another laser into there unless something catastrophically fails here. But let's assume that won't. Let's hope it won't. But yeah, that thing will continue kind of flopping along. I'm super worried that this is going to like explode or like fail. But it looks pretty stable. All right. So that's going to flop along there. We're now with that specifically, with that source of power specifically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to turn it onto this, right? So our draconic stuff, which is making our balanced clay, this is where we're going to go ahead and dump it into. So I'm going to switch this to KwehFusion. And we're going to go ahead and remove the transfer limits. And this, I don't mind if it blows out my power source there. So this will be the real question of how this is working. So let's go ahead and take a gander and see. So you can see here we're losing energy hand over fist. But hopefully as the fusion reactor goes along, it should spin up to being even better and better and better. Oh no! Ooh, crap. Fuel 2. It's not fast enough. This is not going. It needs to spit the stuff out faster. Watch a flowing time, I guess. So if I were to do this again in Sky Factory, it's gonna be It's not going to be a very simple thing, unfortunately. It's going to actually be sort of a headache, but either way. Okay, let's go ahead, plop that onto there. And let's see if that encourages things to move along in the fuel department. Yep, alright, so now if I switch this to 10, is that going to hold steady? Like, actually, though? I'm worried that it's going to pull from here too quickly. And it's not going to be able to hang. Because, okay, so here's what's happening, right? If this does shut off, I can just shoot another laser. That's not a huge problem. And that's totally fine. If I shut this watch off, then I don't think my fuel is able to keep up. Even though it's, like, showing that it is right now. But I don't believe it. Why is it not? Something is amiss. Yeah, I don't believe it. I think it's literally like there is some stuff in the tubes right now. I'm just gonna turn this back on. I don't trust this. But basically what I think is happening here is that there's some leftover gas in the tubes, which is why it's solid red and solid green. And that's kind of sustaining it right now. I think that if I were to take that off in general, though, it's gonna eventually run out. What I'm curious about is whether or not my lithium is actually high enough in production, and if that's going to be able to hang as well. I don't know. So we'll go back up and we'll check that out. But I think we have the basic thing down. If this does fail, if it shuts down for whatever reason, this will stop the reaction. No more power will be generated. That's okay. I just have to shoot another laser in. We'll be a-okay. Should be fine. Looks like we more or less are stable here. So let me go ahead and just take a gander at this. Let's go check out our little like brine and all that stuff up top. And I think that'll be it for today. I think we have more or less achieved what I set out to do in terms of getting our fusion reactor up and running. It is up and running. I think we have to give it time before it like really kind of takes off and does its own thing. But let's for the time being assume that it's gonna need some time to spin up. Yeah, the liquid lithium is going down. We're not able to keep up. We need more brine. So potential solution obviously is that we can add in more. I mean, I guess. Let's see. Let's see if adding another sink will do anything for us. Glowstone dust, liquid translocator. Wait a minute. What? Where am I? Did I break it? Never. Whoa. My face went. Okay. So I wasn't producing any new brine? What about now? Oh, it's still steadily decreasing. I am so confused right now. What the fudge is happening? What? What? Why did you break? What? I am extremely concerned and very confused. Okay, now we have like lithium. Oh, and then, dang it. So what the heck happened? Okay, so that's all running now. So now we have all this going back. What is going on? All right, so there we go. Now our lithium is going up. That's stable. This is going to be stable for sure then. Whew. All right, let's claim this area as well. So now this should stay running. I wonder why it like popped off. That's so strange. Okay, so water is now stable. The brine is leaving faster than it would hold. So this drum is kind of like acting as the intermediary, right? And this is going into here, which is creating the lithium. And then the lithium is the proof that this is actually working and going upwards, which is good. That is what we hope to see. And then this, of course, is going to allow us to make sure that the reactor down below is also working fine and dandy. So now if I go back, I think we're fine. So let's go ahead and zip on back here. Check to make sure that this is working fine. Okay, nothing screwy going on here as of yet. Fuel-wise, we look stable. Good. Stable is good. Heat, oh, it's like super, super toasty. So we're now climbing to about 1,000,000 RF per tick. Ooh. Thank you for the 400-bit cheer, Legolas. I'll draw this before I have to go. Night all. Well, thank you very much, fam. I do appreciate that. You have yourself a good night. And I think we actually we might just be on the cusp of saying, hey, that's it for right now. Let's go ahead, head on. Let's compare what that value is compared to what we got going on down here. Because I don't know. I legitimately just don't know if this is going to be something that pays off better than this does. So this bad boy is currently producing 3.52 million RF per tick. So it is certainly not as strong by itself right now. It certainly could be better. So let me see here. We'll go on, head back up to the top here, make sure that everything is still working and looking fine, because last time it decided to kind of do some crazy nonsense. Okay. It does appear to be in good shape. Awesome. And our water is certainly fine. Our water is not going to be the issue. As a matter of fact, let me, whoop. Nope. No. Nope. There we go. It's like sucking water out of here. What the heck, man? All right, so that's all fine and dandy. That's looking pretty good. We'll leave that be. Okay. Down we go. And let's check this out now. Sure that nothing strange is happening here. The thing is, this is much smaller and is much more effective, I think, because the amount of effort that we put into making that extreme reactor is much more than this. So I'm actually kind of wondering if this is going to be like fine, which as of right now, it certainly does seem to be fine. Yeah, so there we are. Kind of slowed down. So now the question becomes, how do we increase this even more, right? So how do we get this to the point where we are producing more than what we are currently with our extreme reactor? The obvious answer, number one, is a potential answer anyways, is we can make more of these reactors. That's the cheap answer. I think there are better ways to do it. My understanding is that there's like some other ways to manipulate the fusion reactors. What we have right here is like a very basic version of it. So I think we'll come back to this at some later point. But now that we have this up and running, I'm going to go ahead. It should, in theory, take care of itself at this point, yeah? So I'm going to go ahead, leave this alone, let it do its thing, and just kind of jam out. And then this will continue to give us more balanced clay, which we really don't need, but just for the heck of it. So we're gonna have more balanced clay, and we're gonna have the extreme reactor for all of our other machines, which should be plenty of power. And then we'll do some decorating around the base, kind of make it all nicer or whatever else, and then we might come back to this and explore like the better versions of fusions reactors. But this was good practice. This was a good way for me to learn how this works, and hopefully it helps you all out as well if you are indeed planning to do things of this nature, because this was not the most straightforward thing, certainly. But anyways, whew, thank you all very much for watching. If you did enjoy this episode, consider leaving a like rating down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, if you'd like to get the notifications of the notification bell. And like I said, next episode's probably going to be, and probably for a couple episodes, it's going to be about spiffying up the place. You know, I want to make the base look a little bit better, and we'll focus on that for a while. And then after we've done that, then we might go back, and we have some like automation stuff to do. We have to make more machines and blah blah blah. So we'll get that stuff rocking, rolling. I still have to hook up my greenhouse downstairs as well, but we're on the right track for all that. And overall, we're getting good experience for future things in mods. So everything is looking good. The future is looking bright. I'm pretty happy. So that all now said and done. Always, as always, and most importantly, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful, safe day. And until next time, everybody, ciao for now.